listening to Low Blow Sports on twitch.tv/SportsTownShy.
Hey, that's a low blow.
Hit them right in the family jewels.
Where our sports takes hit you above and below the belt.
Nice.
Now here's the squad. Scotty Kiefer, Brandon Combs, Kobe Burke, and Nick Johnston. This is Low Blow Sports.
A week that was a low blow to everyone's fantasy football league, I feel like. With all the injuries happening, welcome back to Low Blow Sports. I'm Scotty K, here with No Gimmicks Nick Johnson behind all the screens. Kobe, stuck at New York.
Stuck?
Yeah, because, he's probably complaining about his team losing twice.
That's a tough one.
In the same day. Same also, like, time span, like, the matter of 2 hours is both of his teams lost.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
It's a tough one to see. We should probably do a check-in on Kobe to make sure he's okay, but, meh. Anyways, welcome back to Low Blow Sports. Scotty K, Nick Johnston. Got a big show because this is like the perfect... worst. Watching back on a bunch of stuff, hated it. We got a lot planned today, and it was the perfect week for a Bears bye week because we got week 6 to talk about, all these injuries, crazy games. Lamar Jackson throwing in for the MVP, especially with the favorite having more interceptions than touchdowns. That's a big game to have when you want to be in that conversation.
Yeah.
Then we'll be predicting week 7. Bears, will they be playing against Jaden Daniels? Who knows?
Who knows?
Tough week for the Rams. Are they going to be selling? Is this going to be the start of their downfall? Is Matthew Stafford maybe playing against his new team this week? Some rumors out there. We'll get to that. Then, World Series prediction. Sorry, Kobe. The Miracle Mets could not make it all the way. The power of Grimace did not get him that far.
The meme Mets.
The meme Mets. Grimace couldn't get him that far. So we got Dodgers Yankees World Series. Here comes Grimace. And then we also got the NBA starting tonight. So going to preview some of those games, talk about some of the top storylines going into the season, who we think is going to win it at the end, some MVP and award predictions.
I miss when the NBA started on Halloween.
Dude, I know. Yeah. It was always weird, though, because on 2K, it would be like the home opener, and then your next game was on Halloween. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, that's 2 pretty big games, because normally they put primetime games on Halloween.
Yeah. Clark Kellogg introducing you with that little Halloween graphic underneath. Yeah, it's stained in my brain.
On the second game of the year.
Yes, exactly.
But anyways, let's get into it. NFL Week 6. We could probably breeze through a lot of these games this week. There were a lot of games that I think were clear-cut. You put money on Spencer Rattler and Bo Nix. But the Broncos got a 33-10 win. All the injuries to the Saints didn't help them in this one. Broncos were just more healthier.
Yeah. At least the one they put up the little graphic for the Thursday night promo, you saw Bo Nix and Elvin Kamara. So they see the game over here. So
no, I didn't really want to watch it.
Not really worth it to begin with because there's still playoff baseball going on at the time.
And for a game that we thought was going to be a lot worse, it was actually pretty decent if you were a fan of Jacksonville.
It was exciting for the first half somewhat, and
there was a lot of scoring at least.
There was.
It was one thought it was going to be.
You saw Tank Bigsby arrive in London, driving it through it was fantastic.
A tank driving through the Patriots. That's what they wish would have happened in 1776.
I know, that's what they wanted, but they didn't get it. It was that was the big highlight of that game. It's just a matter of, are they going to go back to him? Are they going to stay with Tank Bigsby, stay with the hot hand, or are they going to go back to Travis Etienne Jr., who a little banged up? It's a tough one.
I feel like kind of when they drafted
is week to week.
When they drafted ETN, they said, "Oh, we're drafting you to be a third down back." Maybe
roles, but
Yeah.
just because of the injury.
you could play week by week. You know who you're playing against. You can kind of. Moving on, Seahawks got a it was 17-7, but it felt like for this game.
Yeah, but obviously the big takeaway is unfortunately DK Metcalf also going to be week to week with that. He was having a solid game, and then gets out with a knee injury. But yeah, that was big for them. I can't make heads or tails on the Falcons still.
No, me neither.
I don't understand.
That
Maybe,
4-3 record is
with that.
yeah. Bills struggle early against the Titans, but end up getting a 34-10 win. We were just talking about it. That Keon Coleman and Amari Cooper clip is amazing. 4-way conversation right there. Still beats
Essentially,
him.
yeah, still does exactly what he needs to do. Proving that Amari Cooper is more than he's just not. He's not going to be just a guy there. Like he's going to be a target. He's going to be a huge weapon. The only big problem with the Bills is they just get down early, and you can't do that against the very good teams. They've been able to get away with it against the Cardinals, and just to get got away with it again against the Titans, but put all that pressure on their defense.
They definitely played down to the level of their opponent, which we see a lot with the Ravens and how they falter in the playoffs. If this is how the Bills are going to be this year, because honestly, I feel like we haven't seen that from them in past years with Josh Allen. This is like a new thing for them. If they're going to do that this year, you're not going to make that jump that they've been needing to make for the last 2 years.
Well, that would be the interesting thing because apparently the Ravens like to give up towards the end. Buffalo doesn't like to start until maybe halftime. So if it's going to be an interesting little matchup towards the end. I'll take the over in that one.
It'd be a fun playoff game. Yeah. Bengals Browns getting a 21-14 win over the Browns. The big thing, Deshaun Watson tearing his Achilles out for the season. Two mixed reactions.
Yes.
The fans cheering him off the field, booing him as he came out of the locker room, gets hurt, cheering him, getting hurt. Browns players standing up for their quarterback. I understand it. But with the given situation, it's a little bit of a tricky situation.
I know it would maybe come off as a little preachy, but Jameis Winston's little clip that's going around, I understand. I like what he said. I do believe that it's genuine what's coming out of his mouth. It is really tough, and I won't tell a fan how to fan. But I do think it's pretty disgusting. Yeah, that's just still like he's trying to a certain extent.
It's not like he's giving up on the NFL when he goes out there every Sunday.
Bad.
And honestly, so is that Browns team.
Yes,
what? Think about who he had when he was in Houston. He actually had a lot of help.
And clearly, with the Amari Cooper trade, they've recognized what their season's going to look like going forward. Now, Jameis Winston at the helm with DTR getting an injury, at least for now. We'll see how that goes.
Which I think DTR could actually give them a couple.
Of anyone, I feel the most bad for Nick Chubb, who's just coming back from injury to an absolute dumpster fire. And I used this the other day on the fantasy segment for On the Rise. But it's that meme. You ever see the show Community? Yeah. When Donald Glover's coming into the room and the room's on fire and they're all fighting and they're like there's food everywhere and they're like a dog. Like, but that's what Nick Chubb is coming back to.
Sure. Packers thriller game against the Texans. Honestly, I did not expect that one. Jordan Love had a pretty good game. There was some flaws there, but geez, CJ Stroud, what are you doing? Yeah,
he had a rough one from start to finish, and honestly, this one hurts the most. If the Bears did get a bye, but they're unfortunately now looking up in the standings.
Doesn't matter. They'd be in the playoffs if the season ended.
That
now.
is true.
Does not matter.
I did see that. That with that being said, but the Packers getting the win over the Texans, that's going to be a tiebreaker against the Bears, unfortunately, because the Bears lost to the Texans earlier this year. Everyone's just looking good. Everyone's just looking good in the NFC.
Even
North.
the Vikings in a loss, and I guess we can get to that one right now. Even in a loss, that was a pretty impressive performance from them. It took a late drive and only a minute and 15 seconds from Goff to let Jake Bates get the field goal.
Yeah, it's crazy. These two teams never down and out. Jahmyr Gibbs has a baller of a game. David Montgomery was a little banged up, so I mean you got to consider that as well.
Yeah.
But even then, just back and forth. Sam Darnold missed a pass. That could have probably extended it, but just can't get it done right there.
By the way, so every week I do one player from each game to hit a touchdown. The only player I missed this week was David Montgomery.
Oh, that's brutal.
The only one I missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
And Jahmyr Gibbs had 2 touchdowns. So one of those would probably have gone to David Montgomery, especially because one of them was inside of 20 yards.
Yeah, that's true. The other one he broke off for like 40-something yards. So
And it was a pass too.
Oh,
so
okay.
It was like, he
had
probably would have got it.
Had himself a day. A lot of running backs scoring.
We can get through this one real quick.
Sure.
Colts, Dolphins. Until Tua comes back, there's no reason to talk about the Dolphins. Anthony Richardson, bum.
Yeah, and then I just got to see what the future holds for Jonathan Taylor as well. I think he's probably looking like he'll come back this week. That's what they're optimistic about. Let's see.
True. Eagles destroy the Giants 28-3. It started out slow for them, but then they got the hang of it. Saquon had Sunday 176 yards rushing and a touchdown. Jalen Hurts stealing 2 touchdowns from him.
Call it a revenge game. Call whatever you need to be. I still will ever that video clip on the Giants Hard Knocks. There you go. That's amazing.
Yeah. Rams get a good win against the Raiders. But puts them in a limbo still with the rumors flying that they could be trying to sell at this deadline. Cooper Kupp is a name being thrown out, and actually a rumor that Stafford they're in talks to trade him to them. Just a weird destination.
God,
because Darnold's been decent.
That would be crazy.
But
Unfortunately,
Cooper Kupp out there though.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp would be out there. I'm more focused on I've heard rumors of the Bears wanting to call for Myles Garrett. Maybe.
I as good as Myles Garrett is and as defensive player of the year, Max Crosby I think would fit a little bit more.
Okay. Well, all right. That's up for another debate for sure. But which would not now we're talking about all these teams. Who are we on?
Commanders destroy Panthers.
Yeah.
The only talking point here, Jaden Daniels getting hurt.
Yeah, without Jaden Daniels, I know Andy Dalton handed the ball basically over to the team a couple times, but
he had a couple bad ones. He had a couple really bad ones.
Oh, gee whiz! So yeah, that doesn't sound too all that well. So yeah,
Chiefs.
disappointing.
What did I say about the Chiefs last week?
They're the best good bad team.
They just stumbled to a win here in San Francisco, and that's exactly what happened. They just stumbled their way to a win.
That injuries galore. I mean, Debo's got pneumonia.
By the way, it's actually after that game on Monday night, he had to go to the hospital. It was getting a lot worse.
Yeah.
So that's a problem.
In his lungs. Brutal, absolutely.
If you're a George Kittle fantasy owner, you're loving next week.
Yeah. Well, you're looking at Juwan Jennings because Ayuk is done. I mean,
Ricky Pearsall, baby.
Ricky Pearsall, welcome back.
Florida, baby. Hey, proud of him. Yeah. He came back before CMC did, and he got shot. So that's crazy.
Any other games?
3 more.
But
I do want to mention this. The fact that Mahomes is the favorite to win MVP right now, crazy.
That's bonkers.
6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions to Josh Allen's 15 total touchdowns and 0 interceptions. How is he the favorite?
I'm either going with Josh Allen or I'm going with Lamar Jackson.
And let's get in. I mean, Sunday Night Football. Kind of expected some growing pains, getting back in the swing of things with the Jets, but honestly, they looked bad in that second half.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is not the fix.
I don't think that. I think it's going to take a minute, and they went up against a very good defense, and it wasn't the best situation for a homecoming.
That
for
too,
Devontae
but I
Adams.
mean, here Russell Wilson.
He didn't look that good. He really didn't.
Gotta
if you
win.
watch it, he didn't look that good.
Gotta win.
He got lucky.
Oh,
And Najee Harris
don't
is a
say
killer.
lucky.
21 carries, 101 yards.
Don't
He
say
carried them.
lucky. That's crazy.
5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Third most in NFL history. The other two, Drew Brees and Tom Brady. And he's only done it in 94 games.
That's nuts.
But Chris Godwin, why are you in the game when you're down 10 with 43 seconds left? You just ruined my season right there. Maybe.
Yeah, that's awful. And then Mark Andrews, did you see he franchise record most touchdowns for the Ravens?
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
That's good for him.
Yep.
He needed a game like
Caught
that.
2. So on last night. So
I'm gonna read you this 349 yards.
get him a wide receiver.
That's it.
Get him
That's
a wide
it.
receiver.
I don't even think that because Ladd McConkey actually made some really good plays last night. The stats aren't on there, but he made some really good plays. Disley had a career game, but jeez,
He's good to develop
they
into.
couldn't run the ball at all.
Good to develop into.
Ugh.
He's not a guy just yet.
No.
You need someone else there. You need just a real receiver.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray, his scramble ability, he's got to
That
be up
was
there
fun.
for maybe
That was
one of
fun
the
to
best.
see.
One of the best scramblers in the NFL.
That was
right
one
now.
of the only plays I saw live in that game. That was very fun to see. His 40-yard for a touchdown.
That was good. When we come back, we'll predict week 7 and see who we think is going to win, including the Bears against the Commanders, because this is a very enticing.
Play a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the price. Yes, half the price. Now's the time to get yourself to Valley View by car, on foot, or even by air to take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better get here quickly, because this promotion is only going on for 24 hours, and the automobiles are leaving the lot faster than you can say four-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership you can depend on.
Hey, I'm Andy Griggs, asking you to help prevent domestic violence. Domestic violence isn't a woman's issue. It hurts all of us. Women are injured and killed every day by their husbands and boyfriends. So it's time for men to take action right now to teach boys that violence against women is wrong, to help prevent abuse before it starts. Call the Family Violence Prevention Fund at 1-800-END-ABUSE to get a free Take Action kit containing tips on what to say to boys. That's 1-800-END-ABUSE. Teach early.
Indeed is the #1 job search user with over 250 million monthly users. Indeed's priority is to help everyone in the job searching process to find a job by uploading 10 new job opportunities every 10 seconds worldwide. With Indeed, you have free access to job searches, resume uploads, and company researches. There are over 10,000 employees at Indeed that pursue to help people find the job they are looking for. They connect with millions of people to new opportunities. Go to Indeed.com and sign up for free and create a resume and let Indeed do the rest to help you on your job search.
Hey, I'm Jesus Mauricio. Be sure to tune in every Friday to listen to Zeus Off the Bat, a baseball talk show from 1 to 2 p.m., where I'll be discussing and updating you on all things about baseball. News, predictions, reactions, and more about the Cubs, Sox, and everything across the league. Happens every Friday at 1 p.m. right here on SportsTownChicago.com. Don't forget to follow and share our Twitter and Instagram with your friends at Zeus Off the Bat. Zeus Off the Bat.
I like this one. What's this one called?
Decimator, drums, bass, no effects.
We need to rename that.
Bookmark it.
Bookmark it, rename it. Welcome back to Low Blow Sports. Scotty K, Logan
Artist.
Nick Johnson.
Sonic Librarian. Shout out to Sonic Librarian.
Week 8 upcoming. And we were just talking about it. Weird Thursday night matchup. Matchup based on where these teams are at and where they should have been the beginning of the season, but let's start future team. And if this rumor's true, he may be. It's a weird situation because Sam Darnold is doing enough. The defense is stepping up. Justin Jefferson, 531 yards and 5 touchdowns. They're going to get TJ Hawkinson back. When are they going to get him back this week?
Are they getting
gonna
TJ
get him back
Hawkins?
next week?
Are they for sure getting TJ Hawkins?
For the last 2 weeks, he's been numbered projected on my IR.
Okay. Well,
So they must be predicting he's coming back at some point.
he's getting close, it seems. I mean, yeah, a couple of returns, a couple of possible trades to be made. I think Puka's, they just announced that he's got his 21-day plan to come back or something like that. So there you have it. I think he's just off of IR. Cooper Kupp could be coming into play, but of course, very well. I don't know.
And he's also being very. I don't know if he's even going to be on the team come next week because he's also another trade rumor out
That's
there.
crazy. That's absolutely bonkers. Just if anyone gets their hands on this guy, it's gonna be absolutely crazy.
Yeah, definitely. But who you got in this one? I think it's pretty simple.
Yeah, the Vikings. Vikings
gotta
by
be
a
the
mile.
Vikings.
But you're gonna take the Rams spread.
Really?
Why not? Well, that's
3?
that's the game plan. They beat up the Lions, played against the Vikings, so you got to take the Rams spread. After like the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Huh?
Huh?
No, I've never heard that.
That's the one you sent me.
What?
That when the Lions play a team.
yeah, but that's it's their next game. The Rams didn't
It-
play the Lions last week.
the Vikings did.
Oh wait, yeah. Oh my God, I'm stupid.
There we go.
I'm stupid.
Sweet.
Yeah, all
There
right,
you
yeah.
go.
We're
See?
gonna. It's
Wheels turning, but the
although
hamster's dead, folks.
This one's got a push potential for that, though.
Potentially,
I would
but
say
I'll
push
take. I'll the push is a win in my book.
This is another game that I think the Eagles can overlook their opponent, who are kind of coming back, but they're also 0-3 at home.
Eagles, Bengals, battle of the Ulls. Yeah.
Even though one is LES and one is ALS.
It don't matter.
All right, there you go.
The English.
All $50, by the way.
That's
Um,
bonkers. This is
Cincinnati opens as favorite, even though they haven't won at home this year.
both teams need this game.
They do.
Both teams need this
Who
game.
needs it more?
Bengals.
I think the Bengals need it more than the Eagles.
just because of their record. But I mean, just to keep up, the Eagles need to keep up with the Commanders. I mean, even if it seems like Marcus Mariota was just fine, because looks like Cleveland is as funny as that has been. I mean, they're running a college offense with Cliff Kingsbury and the Commanders.
And it's
It's
working.
doing well. It's doing
working.
well. Yeah, it's doing well
It gets
enough
their
that
quarterback injured, but it's working.
I mean, does it get him injured? Does he get himself injured because he's not reckless?
I mean, if you look at his college highlights, it's a lot of highlights. At least 15 clips of him at LSU alone of him getting into tackles like this and getting hurt.
Okay,
So it's not really that kind of thing.
gotcha.
But in this one, I'm going to take the Eagles. The fact that the Bengals just can't win at home is crazy to me.
I
I think
0-3
it continues.
is wild, but Waters got to find its balance. Bengals got to get this one done. Yeah, Bengals are favored too.
Yeah.
Give me the Bengals.
Browns. I don't think that Jameis Winston really changes anything for them.
Uh,
It maybe helps them a little bit, but when you go up against the Ravens, doesn't really help.
this is a classic game of Lamar Jackson. Will probably you will see him on the exactly that when they're on the sideline, helmet off by the third quarter. It'll
Yeah,
be done.
probably.
So end of the third, going to the fourth. He's taking a breather.
Derrick Henry might have another big game.
Oh yeah,
He had 160 last night. He might have another big game like that today.
caught
On Sunday.
a receiving touchdown.
True.
That's crazy.
Doesn't seem right.
No.
Especially with Justice Hill also getting a receiving touchdown.
Yeah,
Like,
and the way he
Huh?
got one too is just. Do you see the just the line just swoop
yeah.
a convoy?
And then with Derrick Henry behind that, I would honestly run the other way.
yeah, no,
but,
I'm making business decisions for sure.
For this week, if he even starts.
Oh yeah, with honestly with Will Levis having a break not this last week, but the week before, there were still some other good pictures that the internet was able to.
Oh
scrounge
yeah,
up.
they were.
But honestly, yeah, this is just Lions by a
Lions
mile.
11, dude. 11.
Rightfully So
Honestly, I kind of want to pair Ravens and Detroit right there.
yeah,
Just to destroy those two spreads.
yeah. That could definitely happen. I know they come out there and they play, but they're still not
See, but
fully.
he also yesterday he had 5 targets and 3 receptions,
Okay.
but and then that drive when they met, like, dude, at least try a little bit.
Yeah,
bro.
well, already getting I guess question of his hustle already. That's
Yeah,
odd.
you know, we questioned about Kyler Murray. I don't think that was a great. little pairing
Quickly
there.
about Tua though on the Dolphins side of things.
Does one
Very
wear a Guardian cap.
very adamant about not wearing a Guardian cap. He was asked about it. He goes, "Yep, personal decision." I'm not gonna sit there tell a fan how to fan. Not gonna tell a player how to do their job. In
He'd
that
be able to
sense,
hear the
but
play call probably better.
that's the only thing that I am thinking is the drawback of you're not gonna be able to hear as much. It might be a little bit more muffled. And that could be a big difference because you're in these ginormous stadiums. You
Or
got
maybe you
70,000
wouldn't
people
hear,
screaming.
or maybe you wouldn't hear like 70,000 people going, fumble the,
Yeah, but again,
get a false start.
it's not selective of the hearing.
No,
But you're
but-
not gonna, if it's muffled for talking to your players, it's muffled. It's going to be muffled for the fans too. So
True.
it's tough.
Yikes, Jets, Patriots. Yikes. Jets should win this, but it's not going to be an impressive win, and people are going to act like this is the best win of all time. But $37 to go see Cardinals Dolphins
Yeah,
in Miami. You want to take a flight to Miami?
I'm with Gerard Mayo on the Patriots. This is a soft team. It's a soft football team. There's nothing going for them. Isn't that insane that he would
That's
say
crazy. That's a player's coach saying that.
that? That is
That is the most player's coach quote I've ever heard.
100%. But I'm not gonna say he's gonna lose the locker room over for that. But that's really tough to go ahead and go back there
I know,
and try and rally the troops after hearing that.
Team in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I would have to go with the healthy team with this in this route.
I would agree too.
But the
they open
Falcons,
as
that's the
favorites,
thing.
too.
The Falcons aren't that good.
They
They're
aren't.
not putting it together. I think still they might be secretly banged up, but I have to look at Bijan's splits and everything. I didn't really see the Falcons game
They
very
had
much
over
from this
100
week.
yards.
Okay.
Game, so
All right, so he's probably okay. Then he's back to form. He's fine.
true.
But yeah, it's
I'm
gonna
taking
be.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I would lean that way. I'm not gonna be surprised if the Bucks get it done with whoever.
Trey
'Cause
Trey
honestly-
Palmer, Jalen McMillan.
It'll open up for
I think
Rashard.
if he has a career day, I'd love that because I love Jalen McMillan.
They were
If he can get his name out there and have a good game here, that'd be perfect.
they just felt like to me they were only running screens against the Ravens last
Oh,
night.
I'm really thinking about my one league that I should really start both Bucky Irving and Rashad
I
White. I'm
think-
actually really thinking.
I think
about
that
it.
is the route. I think that is the case. Rashard White caught two touchdowns last night.
Yeah. Packers Jaguars. Packers on the road should handle business.
Yep. Got nothing. Nothing else.
Nothing
but, yep.
really. Should be a pretty good game. That Brian Thomas Jr. He's something.
That'll be fun to watch on that side of things for sure. And then just the question of who's starting at running back. Is it going to be Tank or is it going to be Travis or
True.
Yeah.
Another easy one. Texans Colts.
Texans.
Texans.
Don't mess with
Anthony
Texas.
Richardson is a bum, and I'm saying that as a Florida fan. He's a bum. He can't complete over 10 passes in a game.
Yeah, just
It's kind of crazy watching him.
hopefully in a divisional game, CJ Stroud gets it back together, and I'm saying that as a fantasy manager in this one for sure, not as a Texans fan. CJ, you cooked me up very much so.
$35. You can go see Chargers Saints. You can go see the
I-
Chargers get a good comeback gonna get a good get back win.
I will save that $35 and put it on red or something like that.
I will save that $35 and put it on the Chargers to win this one.
Yeah, fair
Open
enough.
at 7-point favorites.
Yeah, again, just Spencer Rattler clearly not getting it done. You got to see with who they're a little banged up as well. Chris Olave coming off a concussion protocol, so see how that.
Oh, he is
goes.
coming back. He's coming off it.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah, that's why he didn't play on Thursday.
Good. Bills Seahawks. That's actually going to be a really good.
The matter of if the Bills can start off not fast, but just not slow enough that they're down 10 to 14 points by the first quarter. So that'll be the goal for them. But ultimately, yeah, Seahawks having a nice solid season, being able this is going to be very big for them because the Niners aren't looking very good. The Rams are at the bottom right now, so this could be a big one for them.
On my screen, I'm going to skip one game just because of breaking news. Chiefs Raiders. Raiders just placed AOC on Minshew in line to start this week. Does that add anything against this Chiefs team at all? Or are they going to just stumble their way to another 7-0?
They're playing you said they're playing the Raiders, yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean this is another dub for the Chiefs.
Going to be problems in Denver.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a game the Broncos need to convincingly win. They're 9-point favorites. They need to convincingly beat the Panthers.
Yes, 100%.
The big one for us Bears fans, Bears Commanders. If Jaden Daniels is playing now, let's he's going to be playing probably banged up, won't be fully healthy against a Bears defense who are on a week of rest, ready to go.
Yeah, I just don't want the excuse train to come in if the Bears do get a W.
Yes.
That's my only thing. I don't want to oh yeah, they won.
No one wants that.
But they don't. They beat a 50% Jaden Daniels, or so God forbid he ends up leaving.
You're going to
the game.
get that no matter what, though.
So I mean, yeah, that is the case.
If he does play, how are we feeling?
I'm still. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be very, very high. It's gonna be the most challenging the Bears have had, definitely since their previous. At least on the offensive side, the defensive side, you're gonna want Caleb to air it out against what we've been recognizing as the weakest secondary in the league. So
yeah. The only time they've ever looked good is when they play very, very bad teams like the Panthers, where they got 2 interceptions, 3 interceptions, whatever they got.
Yeah, again with Andy Dalton handing it essentially to them. So.
Yes. If he doesn't play, Bears, boom, should take it.
Yeah, but again, you don't want to overlook.
You don't want to overlook it, but they should handle business.
Yeah, no. Every time the Bears do play a backup, it seems as though they end up getting
their
cooked sometimes.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Sunday Night Football, weird matchup. It could have been one of the best ones at the beginning of the year, but right now, looking at to
the star and he got smacked up.
God,
so
you're gonna see this all the time. You're gonna see that the whole time.
Yeah. So get ready for the. Oh no, they're not even. They're not in Dallas. But
no, they're in San
still
Francisco.
Probably still, I would think.
Which is going to be weird when it's 10 o'clock here watching the game and it's still
talking. They're creating content.
That's true.
They're reviewing the foods at the game.
George Kittle, good game here.
George Kittle
got it.
Have a great game. Juwan Jennings, welcome back.
This is another very good good match up for Russell Wilson. He's got to go up against the